So let's say you just put on all your makeup and now suddenly you get the hot flashes and you are really discouraged because all your makeup is running off your face, or you feel like it's gonna run off your face, or you just don't know how to navigate that. So I'm gonna tell you a few tips on how to get through that, how to put on a really fabulous face and have it be basically flash proof. So let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do is make sure definitely that we moisturize first. Make sure you put on a really nice moisturizer. Really set your base up for a really nice, even the simplest of makeup routines. And that's the thing here, is if you're going through hot flashes, you don't want your routine to be overly done, overly made up, overly complicated. You want to keep it as simple as possible and as light as possible. And that's one of the things that I changed in my makeup, is I tried to shift from more heavier makeup to a lighter makeup. So the next thing I want you to do after you're moisturized is you want to use a hydrating primer. Now what this is gonna do is, once you set your makeup, the primer will sort of set it into place. You can also use a setting spray if you want to. I just like the primer because it's hydrating and it gives me another layer of moisture. I just kind of put it all over. Now you don't need to overdo this. Just one little dot on your fingers, rub your hands together to kind of warm it up, and then put it all over your face. Again, you don't want anything heavy, you don't want anything excessive, because you're trying to be as light, as airy as possible. All right, so once that sets in, I usually choose a really nice light foundation. Now you can use like a BB cream, which is like a tinted moisturizer, or you can use, I have a serum foundation. It has another little bit of sort of like a skincare in it. And again, I just use a couple of drops. I just have a couple of drops on my bulb. And then I'm just gonna just apply it with my bulb. Okay, so once you're done with your foundation, I use a really nice cream blush. Now, this doesn't take a lot, just a few dabs. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I do it right underneath my eye bone, very high up, because again, our cheeks are drooping, so our apples are not really where you want your blush to be. I just kind of smooth it out right underneath my eye bone, right in this area, right in here. Can you see that right there? And again, I just use a very little bit, just enough for color. Don't want to overdo it. And then I just sort of brush it in. Now, the really nice thing about cream blush is that it's not going to blow away. It's not going to fade away. It really kind of settles into your skin because you put that primer on. So, and with your foundation, very light foundation, you're not even going to feel this. It's just so minimalist, but it's just enough to give you that color that you really need. Okay, next up is mascara. And I get this question a lot, is should I use waterproof mascara or water resistant mascara? And my answer is always water resistant. Water resistant will resist water, obviously. And if it's a light mist, or like if you're sweating, water resistant will generally do the trick. The only time I recommend waterproof is if you're actually going into a pool and getting your full face wet, or like some kind of, you're taking a shower and you want your makeup to look good afterwards. But very rarely do I recommend waterproof because it's very difficult to take off. And when you take off waterproof mascara, a lot of times you will damage your lashes, or your lashes will come off with it, your makeup remover. So I usually will put like a couple coats on, a couple of very light coats, just enough to make your lashes look really nice. And again, that's part of making your face resistant to hot flashes, is making sure that your mascara is water resistant. I generally go with the darker colors just because my lashes are getting a little bit lighter. Now that I'm getting a little bit older, my hair is graying, my lashes are also doing the same thing. So I usually get it in black, but you can get in brown black, or you can get in whatever color you want. And there's definitely some really good water resistant mascaras on the market. The one I'm using happens to have serum in the mascara, which is a little bit of extra help when it comes to making sure my lashes last as long as possible. So it's just another hint. And as per usual, I will be putting all of what I'm using in the description below. So if you're interested in anything that I'm using or knowing where I got it, I will definitely put it below. Last but not least is your lipstick. I have become addicted to lip liners. And the reason why I love lip liners is because first of all, they're easy to put on, they stay on, and I do not like 24-hour lipsticks. Stay away from those because they will last 24 hours, but they will also look like they've been on for 24 hours. They will start cracking and peeling with your lips, and it really doesn't look very good. So I always recommend like a lip liner. Reapply your lipstick throughout the day. It's really not that much of a pain, but I generally will stay away from those long-lasting lipsticks. They tend to make your lips look drier. So I'm using a regular lip liner as my lipstick. I'll line my lips and then I will just fill them in with the liner, just like this. And that's it. I'm gonna see how it's just really nice. It's a very nice neutral color, nothing too heavy, nothing too crazy. And then one last tip is I always carry tissues around with me. You can get blotting tissues if you go to like any kind of makeup store or beauty store, they'll generally have the blotting tissues. I just use regular tissues. And if you do get those hot flashes and you feel like you're getting a little bit misty, let's say, I'll just go ahead and take my tissue and just blot. Okay, you want to press where you're feeling sweaty. You don't want to rub everything off, but you just want to blot it, and that will keep your makeup nice, and your makeup will stay put really nicely, just like that. Or you can get a setting spray. You can spray it on your tissue and spray and put it like that. Dab with your spray. Or you can do a little bit of powder, you can put it on your tissue and then just blot. So those are my tips, and I hope those help you out. If you have any questions, just drop them below and I'll be glad to answer them for you. You guys have a great day. I'll see you on the next video.